What if I told you that miners, deep beneath the Siberian earth, unearthed a coffin containing a perfectly preserved woman, supposedly 800 million years old? Could this discovery completely rewrite human history, or is it one of the most elaborate hoaxes ever conceived? Welcome back, History Explorers. Today, we're diving deep into a story that sounds like science fiction, the bizarre tale of the Tusolsky Princess. Reportedly discovered in Soviet Russia in 1969, this find challenges everything we think we know about the timeline of human evolution. We'll unpack the incredible claims, examine the strange details, and explore the lingering questions surrounding this alleged discovery. Is there any truth to it, or is it just a fascinating modern legend? Let's investigate. Our story begins in September 1969 in the small mining village of Rzavchik in Russia's Kemerovo region. Miners were working a coal seam over 70 meters down. That's about 230 feet, deeper than a 20-story building is tall. Suddenly, a miner named Karnikov reportedly struck something hard and unnatural. It wasn't rock. It was a large, elaborately carved marble coffin. Finding such an object, especially one showing sophisticated craftsmanship, deep within a coal seam formed millions of years ago, was immediately baffling. All work stopped. Carefully, the heavy coffin was hoisted to the surface. Witnesses described the edges being sealed with a putty-like substance that had seemingly fossilized over time. The anticipation must have been immense. What could possibly be inside? Now, here's where the story takes a truly extraordinary turn. When the miners and, allegedly, local authorities managed to open the coffin, they weren't greeted by dust and bones. Inside, submerged in a strange, clear, pinkish blue liquid, lay the body of a beautiful woman. She appeared to be around 30 years old, with wide blue eyes described as distinctly European, thick, dark, slightly curly hair, with reddish highlights reaching her waist, and incredibly lifelike, soft, white skin with a rosy blush. Her fingernails were said to be perfectly neat. She wore a delicate knee-length lace dress, white with colorful floral embroidery on the short sleeves. Intriguingly, reports mentioned she wore no underwear. It was as if she had only recently fallen asleep, but the weirdness didn't stop there. The mysterious pinkish blue liquid seemed to be the key to her preservation. One account, though possibly legendary embellishment, claims a worker foolishly tasted the liquid and went mad within a week, adding to the mystique and danger. Adding another layer of enigma near the woman's head lay a strange object, a black, metal box, rectangular at one end and rounded at the other, roughly 10 by 25 centimeters. Its purpose? Completely unknown. Could it be some kind of device? The coffin reportedly remained open for several hours, drawing crowds from the village. Then, the official narrative claims, authorities swooped in. A helicopter arrived, the discovery site was declared classified, and access was sealed off. Witnesses claimed that when officials decided to transport the coffin by air, they tried to lighten it by pumping out the preservative liquid. The moment the liquid was gone, the body allegedly reacted dramatically. The skin darkened, wrinkled, and shriveled rapidly, turning the lifelike beauty into something resembling a mummy almost instantly. And now the most staggering claim attached to this story, the age. Some reports circulating at the time and repeated since declare the coffin and its occupant to be an unbelievable 800 million years old. Let's put this in perspective. 800 million years ago, complex life was barely beginning on Earth. There were no trees, no fish, certainly no mammals, and absolutely no humans as we know them. The idea of a fully modern-looking human, complete with intricate lace clothing and a metal box, existing in that era is scientifically impossible based on everything we know about evolution and geology. Coal seams themselves form over millions of years from ancient plant matter, but finding an intact, unfossilized human body from that deep in geological time, preserved in liquid, defies known science. This has led many researchers and skeptics to believe the entire story is likely an elaborate piece of folklore, a hoax, or perhaps a misinterpretation greatly exaggerated over time. Information was scarce, supposedly only appearing in a few local Russian newspapers, making verification nearly impossible. So, the Tusolsky Princess, an 800 million year old woman, perfectly preserved in a mysterious liquid, found with an unknown device, then whisked away by authorities? It's an incredible narrative, hitting all the notes of a lost civilization, advanced ancient technology, and a government cover-up. While the science makes the 800 million year claim virtually impossible, the story persists. It speaks to our fascination with the unknown and the possibility that history holds secrets far stranger than we imagine. Was there some discovery, perhaps distorted over time? Or is it purely fiction? The lack of concrete evidence leaves us wondering, what part of this story do you find most intriguing? What if I told you that deep beneath the Egyptian sands, archaeologists have unearthed statues unlike anything we've ever seen? Statues potentially older than the pyramids themselves. Statues that some say don't look entirely human? Today, we're diving into a mind-bending discovery emerging from Egypt. Forget everything you think you know about ancient Egyptian art. We're talking about recently discovered stone figures, potentially over 10,000 years old, depicting beings with bizarre, almost extraterrestrial features, intricate armor, and geometric patterns that have experts completely baffled. What are these statues? Who made them? And could they force us to rewrite a huge chunk of human history? Stick around as we unpack the discovery, the anomalies, and the wild theories swirling around these enigmatic figures. So, picture this. Archaeologists are working near a known site in Egypt, expecting perhaps more typical ancient artifacts. But then, their tools hit something solid. As they carefully excavate, these incredible humanoid statues begin to emerge from the sand where they've likely rested for millennia. The initial reports describe a sense of astonishment on sight because these figures immediately stood out as something different. They weren't pharaohs, gods, or animals in the style we associate with dynastic Egypt. Now let's talk about why these statues are causing such a stir. Firstly, their appearance. They are described as humanoid, but with features that some have immediately likened to popular descriptions of extraterrestrials. Think elongated heads or unusual facial structures combined with expressions that are hard to read. They're also adorned with incredibly detailed armor and complex geometric patterns, unlike any known Egyptian hieroglyphs or decorative styles. But here's the kicker. Initial dating suggests these statues could be over 10,000 years old. That potentially places them thousands of years before the rise of the pharaohs in dynastic Egypt as we know it. This age alone makes them an anomaly. The mystery deepens when you look at what was found near these statues. Reports mention tools made from unknown materials. Get this? These materials apparently show no signs of rust or significant wear despite potentially being buried for 10,000 years. That's baffling. The technology to create rust-proof alloys, especially sophisticated ones, simply shouldn't exist that far back in human history based on our current understanding. It adds another layer suggesting something truly unconventional was happening at this site. It's one thing to find strange art, it's another to find potentially impossible technology alongside it. So, what's the explanation? Theories are flying, as you can imagine. One possibility is that these statues represent gods or figures from a previously unknown pre-dynastic culture in Egypt, a lost chapter of human civilization we knew nothing about. Maybe their artistic style was just radically different. Another theory, pushed by the strangeness of the figures and the advanced tools, leans into more fringe territory. Could this be evidence of ancient contact? Contact with non-human intelligence, perhaps even extraterrestrial visitors who influenced or were depicted by early humans? Right now, researchers are focused on hard science, analyzing the stone, deciphering the patterns, studying the tool materials, and conducting ground-penetrating surveys to see if there's more buried nearby, maybe even structures. The truth is, we just don't know yet. So, we have these incredible, potentially 10,000-year-old statues emerging from the Egyptian desert, looking unlike anything from known ancient cultures, accompanied by tools seemingly beyond the technology of their time. This discovery challenges our timelines and forces us to ask huge questions about our past. Are we looking at a forgotten civilization with unique beliefs and skills? Or does this discovery hint at something even more profound about humanity's place in the cosmos? The investigation has only just begun, but its implications could be enormous. What do you think is the most likely explanation for these finds? Let me know your theories and thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you found this mystery as fascinating as I do, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more deep dives into archaeology and ancient mysteries, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Sharing this video also really helps the channel reach more curious minds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next investigation.